Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Teen Quarantine. We are super excited to have you today. Today, we have with us a student from our improv class, Camden. Say hello, Camden. I lost your audio. Oh, sorry, I muted her. Say it again.
Hi.
Hi twice. I could see that you just said hi the first time, but now I can hear it, which is great. Being able to hear and see both is awesome. So, Camden, why don't you just start by filling me in on just sort of where you're at with life, and then we can get right into talking and answering questions.
Okay, so it's okay. It's a big difference for me since it's my first year of middle school. So like from rushing around everywhere to like pretty much nothing now. It's kind of weird, but I feel like it's kind of like good too because I've been bonding with my little brother more because like he's pretty annoying sometimes, but
You know, I know about that. I have a little brother too, so I feel you. But we have a great relationship, so it's so cool to hear that you guys are growing in this time. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So he's not like trying to purposely annoy me anymore, and like he enjoys to do what I want to do now, and like I have been experiencing kind of like a block from like being creative for some reason. Just because I guess it's kind of affecting me a little bit with all this because I'm normally like doing my art for someone or with someone. So now that I can't, it's kind of affecting me. But I guess my little brother helps me with that because he wants to do it with me now. So that helps. And I've been like experimenting and trying to be more exotic, like make more interesting things. Like at least try, because I don't know. So I've been trying to do that, and like I had a that I made, and that was really
Hold on there, Camden. I lost you. Hold on 1 second.
Of my quarantine zone.
You still there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you for a second. Go back a little. So you were telling me about some of the ways you're being creative right now?
Yeah, I am being exotic, and I'm like trying. I tried out making lip gloss, and I tried to.
Wait, you tried making lip gloss? Tell me about
yep,
that.
I'm trying to be exotic.
So you, like, what brought that on?
I don't really know. I was like laying in bed one night, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if I made lip gloss? And I'm like, oh gosh, now I have to do it. So it's actually fun to make, but it's just really messy.
Really? That is so crazy. You know, that is so cool, Camden, because there's a lot of people that have ideas like that, right? You know, I'm sitting around and I have, ooh, this would be kind of cool to do this. But most people don't take action on that. Most people don't go like, okay, sure, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. I'm going to learn how to make lip gloss. We're going to make that happen. Like, that is in and of itself very creative. And I know that you're a super creative person, so I have some stuff that I think is going to help with that as well. So what other like exotic things are you doing right now to be creative? I think there were a few you wrote down.
Well, yeah, make I made a bunch of homemade face masks with like old T-shirts.
So
I
cool.
decided that I was gonna make dog treats, and I made oatmeal walnut chocolate chip cookies.
Wow, that's cool. So it really doesn't matter. You have to be. It sounds to me like you have to be making something. Like,
Yeah, well, normally I'm making a lot more than that. That was kind of my creative spirit for quarantine so far. It's like the only time that I really felt creative. Mostly, um, all my weekends are spent like just being creative, and so a lot of times after school, that's just all I do. So without that being my like main thing, I figured maybe I could be more creative since I don't have anything to do. But it's been pretty much the opposite of that.
okay, well, part of what you said was with the creativity, it's really hard because you're usually doing it for people, right? So tell me
Yeah.
about what you were used to doing before. Tell me about some of the things you were doing, and then we can talk about how we can adapt some of those things because actually, Camden, I think there's a lot of stuff you can do, and I have a lot of ideas for you. So share with me first, what were you doing before?
Well, I would make art and then give it to someone because my mom always had like people that she needed like birthday gifts for, or like we're going to their birthday party, let's make something for them, or they donated to you, let's make a thank you card. So there's a lot of those, and then there was we got we're very close with our family, so I see my cousins a lot, and they're all like younger than me. So I painted them each like a pair of Vans, the shoes. But now that we can't really see any of those people anymore, I can't really do that. I can still be creative, but it's mostly just like for myself, unless
Sure.
it's like mailed or something.
Yeah. So, well, there's one way right there, okay, which I know is, different, but is a way to do it. But then also, there's something to, do you use Instagram or any social media at all?
Hmm.
Okay. So imagine this, okay? It's my birthday, right? Which it was recently, turned 30, okay? And so I'll tell you how much something like this would have meant to me, okay? So you make something creative around me, whatever. So first, it's for your cousins, for me, let's say, and it's like I really like, that I love acting and teaching acting. So you make me something creative around that, okay?
Hmm.
And then you take a photo of it, you tag it and send it to me or whatever, and you say, made this for you, can't wait to give it to you once things get back to normal or
Yeah.
whatever. And then the next time you get to see me, when everything's back to normal, which it will be, by the way, it's going to go back to normal. It's just we all don't know when, but it will. When that day comes, you have something to hand me the first time we see each other, which seriously, I know that sounds silly, but there's something really powerful behind that. Because A, I got a photo of it already. I know it's coming. It's super exciting. Like, I'll tell you, Joey just went above and beyond for my birthday this year. It was so cool. He knows for years I've wanted an Apple Watch. Like, for years. I've been dying for one of these things. Like, I'm like, please give me an Apple Watch. And I've just forgotten. I kind of like, whatever, I'm never gonna get this thing, or I might someday. Like, I don't need it. And he tells me the other day, he goes, I want you to know I got your birthday gift. And I was like, oh, thank. And he tells me, I got you an Apple Watch. I'm like, what? Just like freaking out about it, right? And he shows me on the Amazon
Hmm.
thing that it's coming. And so now we're just dying for it to get here. We're so excited for it to get here, right? And so there's something to that. Like, I know the gift is
Hmm.
coming. I've already received all the joy I've received from the fact that I'm getting it. And there's going to be an extra bit of joy when I get it in my hands. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that doesn't have to stop,
Yeah.
actually.
Cause like the funnest part for me, the most fun part, is like when I'm waiting for something to arrive, and like the moment that I'm opening it, and I feel like I'm really happy that I have it, but it made me more happy waiting for it and like opening it.
Totally, totally. So now you love giving to other people, right? You love doing this art stuff. Think about all the people right now who need something like that. This is actually a time where people need your creativity more than ever. More than ever. I believe our acting school right now, people need us right now more than ever. More than ever. Because we're not just an acting school. You know this. We're about building up your spirit and helping you find joy and keep being creative and be you, right? There are so many people right now out there who need Camden, who need a painting from you, who need some random, like, silly, whatever, creative card you make. And those things could be either sent, depending on what you want to do, or you send them a picture of it and go, this is coming as soon as things get back to normal. Cheer up. I'll see you soon. Or whatever. And I bet you have a whole list of people. You could think of a different person a day. Like, you can make it a thing that every day I have to make something for somebody that I think would cheer them up. I'm going to think about who might need this today. And people will get so excited about what you're doing, Camden. And you are, and I'm not kidding here, you are one of the most creative people I know. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, when you come into class, the way you create characters blows my mind every time. Blows my mind. The way that you're just able to snap into a character and just become it totally with no regrets, like no hesitations. This is just who I'm going to be. And there's something to that. That's creativity. You have so much creativity. And again, right now, people need that. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So, how could you start doing that? Tell me about what you might do.
I think I could take your advice and, like, each day I could, like, maybe make a journal ahead of time and, like, write down the names of people who I think might appreciate that, because I know a lot of friends of mine and, like, relatives are alone right now because they don't have anyone. Like, well, my friends do, but they sometimes get a little bit dramatic about it. And then my relatives, a lot of them live alone, so I think they would appreciate that if I, like, made something for them.
I guarantee you they would appreciate that. Guarantee you. And especially the people who are alone. Camden, like, they need it. Like, they need it. And this is what our creativity was meant for. Like, it's not for us, you know? It's for you to be able to use to help people. Like, that's the way I see it anyway. Like, when I go to do art in the form of acting, it's not for me. It's not so that I can do things. I get fulfilled by knowing that I'm helping you, by knowing that you're laughing and that you're being filled with joy. And I think you're the same. I think you have that same mindset. Like, you love helping people and bringing joy to them. And so I promise you, if you stick to this, Camden, you are going to be so fulfilled, because I think that's what's missing. You're missing just that serving people thing. It's not the making of things. It's being able to make things to help people.
Yeah, because I feel like I can really be creative whenever I want to for myself. But, like, I have done that for sure. But when I did that sale out in my front yard, it made me happy to see other people, like comfortable coming up to us. And, like, I really like seeing their faces when they see it. And, like, I like that better than making it for myself.
Totally. Well, you should do it then, 100%, Camden. I say go for it. And I tell you what, I would love to hold you accountable. So this is something I would love to do. So that means I would put on my calendar as soon as we finish the show. You know what? I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. This is my phone, and I'm grabbing it. And okay. I'm going to put, now it's April 23rd. So on April 30th, I am going to check in with Camden. And I want to hear about how you sent something to somebody or started this every day. Check in with Camden. It's a little blurry, but it's there.
Okay.
Okay? So it's in there. Okay. So you got me now to start for your first week. And then I believe once you get going, you're going to be addicted to it. Because I believe that's the little piece that's missing for you right now, is the service. Because you serve. You're a person who wants to serve and help people, and I think that's phenomenal. So tell me about any questions you have. Let's get into some questions. I know that creative one was the big one.
Okay. Yeah, that was the big one. The other one was for acting. Like, I was saying when I was saying when I'm acting, like when I'm character building. If I'm ever doing it for myself, I think that's a little bit easier because I know what I can do and I'm my own person, so I have like my thoughts and I have what I want to do. But let's say like I'm I'm suggesting a character for someone else, like in the future, or just like enacting like anything like that. I find it harder for me to do that for someone else because I don't know what they like, what their thing is, like what they want to do, or you know, like
Sure. So would this be
I,
in,
I just find it easier.
yeah, so would this be in like a directing them situation, or like somebody comes to you and they're like, "Hey, you create good
No,
characters."
well, not necessarily. I don't. I'm just saying, like even in like our acting classes,
Mhm.
um, when we like suggest a character for someone else or a setting, even,
Okay.
I just kind of want to make it easier because I know that I can definitely do that for myself and I do it a lot, but for someone else, like
Ah.
I just feel like it would be a good thing to have.
So you have challenging things come to your mind that you're excited to play, but maybe a little worried if somebody else would be ready to do that. Is that right? Kind of like you,
Yeah,
something comes to your mind and it's like that uber creative whatever that you think you fit into, but it's like I don't know if this person would fit into that creative. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Like I don't know how they'll react or something. I don't know.
Okay, good, good. So what I'd say there is get excited that we all have different styles of minds. Like, whatever you send my way, and that's what makes improv so awesome and valuable, is you are so different than me. I am so different than Joey. Joey's different than Matt. Like, we're all so different, and we all have our own ideas. So, Camden, no idea that comes out of your mind, if it came to your mind on the spot, is wrong. Ever. Ever. So you don't need to hold back because somebody else, you're worried that maybe they won't be able to execute that idea or it doesn't fit them perfectly. In the same way that you just go, people want to just go. So actually, it's interesting. When you do that for them, you're actually giving them a gift. You're saying, here you go. Here's this gift because they actually want it. Does that make sense? Like, think about this. You're walking in a scene, right?
Yeah,
And you don't know what to do. You're not sure, okay? And I have a gut reaction, and I'm just like, okay, we are zookeepers right now, and we are on a coffee date during quarantine 6 feet away. Like, those things came to my mind. Are you excited to do that scene right now? Is that a scene you'd want to do right now?
yeah,
Totally. And that just randomly came to my mind. Well, if I hold back because I'm worried, well, maybe she wouldn't want to do something where it's a little silly like the zoo, then you miss out on getting to do a silly scene because that's the way my brain works. And somebody else's brain might be super grounded and come up with a deep emotional thing that you might not come up with, right? And that's that community part of improv where everybody sort of brings to the table their own ideas and we execute together. And so I would say when it comes to improv, you just, whatever your gut tells you to do for that person, just get it out. Get it out because the same way that no wrong answer is wrong for you, it's not wrong for anyone else either. And then, are you thinking about doing writing
yeah,
also? Like writing characters?
yeah. I don't. I Yeah, I do that a lot, and I found myself uh, writing more stories and expressing things on paper a lot more.
So with that, is that the same issue you're having with that, or is that different?
Um, I think that's a little bit different. I don't. I think I just wrote that down because uh, I think character writing
Mm-hmm.
is important just as well as playing the characters.
Totally. And you know what, Camden? Again, we go all the way back to the beginning of today, right? You said you made, was it lip gloss on your own, right? You made it on your own. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because randomly you had an idea in the middle of the night and you decided to execute on this idea. Okay? When it comes to improv, here's the fact. You are really good at improv. Really, really, really good. I'm not tooting your horn here. I'm just telling you, you are. And I want to tell you why. You're willing to be free, so you just go with your idea, but you do the work. You do the work. You go back, you list out characters. I fully believe that you're trying out characters at home. You're walking around in character. Am I right? Would I be right to say that? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. See, when you do the work at something, whatever it is, acting, medicine, like, I don't care, whatever it is, if you're doing the work, you're gonna get better. Like, it's just a fact. So you are doing the work outside of class. You are practicing characters. You're writing down characters. You're being creative with your ideas on characters. So of course, when you hit an improv stage, characters just come to you like that because you work really hard at it.
Yeah.
So keep working hard at it and use that, because if I'm your partner, and here's the deal, in scenes it works like this. Sometimes, let's say there's two people, okay? Can't really use fingers here, it doesn't really work, but so I'll use hands. We got one person, two person, okay? Person number one does a ton of work, memorizes their lines like crazy, they're up here, okay? Person number two barely does what they need to do and they're here. This person is pulling this person up, right? And helps them through their lines.
Because, is it because...
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, like, maybe because I feel like I was there once, like, down there.
That's exactly, yes. Go ahead.
And the one above me was my friend at I think it was just, I'm not very interested in, like theater or anything. I don't know why, but I did one theater performance because my friend wanted to, and she really got me into character, like expressing your characters more. And I feel like she was that person above me who helped me like build up my character building.
That's exactly right, Camden. That's exactly right. So with this example I was about to say, so what happens now, this person lifts you up, and ideally this person decides to rise, and the next time they do a scene, and this person comes up here, they raise them up. And we continue to raise people up and build up people instead of judging and going, you're not as good as I am, or you're not doing this, or I don't want to send you my ideas because I don't know if you can handle it. You give them all of your knowledge. You just share it in the hopes that one day they'll do the same for somebody else because they want it. You know, anybody, think about you starting out. If you had a you like where you are now, just sending you stuff, you're like, yes, that was your friend. Your friend for you did that for you. And now you're going to get to do that for more people. And then the people under you are going to get to do it for more people. And that's how we continue to help people grow, is by learning something and then teaching that thing through action, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw down a crazy prediction here. I don't know how or in what field, whatever you decide to go into, Camden, I believe that you are going to be extremely successful. I believe, I'm serious. I believe that you are going to be super, super successful. So the advice I have to you is to continue to dive into the whys of what you're doing and never give up the way that you have been. Like, that kind of attitude is hard. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. Honestly, I'm still learning that discipline. I have a hard time with discipline. And so I'm still learning to do some of those things. I'll have an idea, and then I won't execute on that idea right away because I want things to go perfect, or I want things to go a certain way. And I just like make excuses sometimes. You just go, yes, let me do it. And that kind of attitude, I'm telling you, will take you so far in life, like so far.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions?
Well, I was gonna say, like, one of my struggles really is like I've been trying to like be grounded and like be mature over this like time, and but like I find myself being like really impatient. Um, and I was wondering because you have to be super patient with like some of the kids that come in, or like some stuff like that. So I was wondering if there's any exercises or like stuff that I can do to be more patient with myself and like with other people around me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I go down first to the, and this is what you should do with anything, Camden. What we really did earlier was we found your why. We found out why you weren't happy with your creativity. Because you can keep filling it in with more creative things, but if you don't get down to why, like you said, I'll just make a bunch of things and I'm still not happy. Your why was you love to give and you miss giving. So now you find a solution for that. So let's go into patience, right? So what things right now are you struggling patience-wise with? Like what's different?
Like I think it was a little bit before quarantine, but like now it's a little bit more recognizable. Like I'll be sitting at the table or like sitting and I'm trying to like think about what I'm feeling, and like I just want to like get it over with. Like what's the next thing? I just want to like get it done. And then like with the whole idea of quarantine too, just I want it to get done, and like I'm being impatient. Like I find myself sometimes like searching like when will this be over, and I'm like it won't like give me the answer that way, but I'm just really impatient. And sometimes with not sometimes actually most of the time with school, because a lot of my teachers are being like really needy of me, like asking me for extra work and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like my reputation at school is the drawer. So they're asking me to like do their newsletters and stuff, and I'm like, but I have schoolwork, and I'm like being impatient.
You know, for me, I think this is a flip of mindset. So this is what helped me a lot with this. There's a lot of things we can do exercise-wise to work on patience. But there's one question I'll ask myself first, okay? Do I have control over whether or not this changes or not? So when it comes to things like, when is this going to be over? Or when, like, let's go into acting. When am I going to get an agent? Or like, when am I going to get my first movie or whatever? There are things we don't have control over, right? Like those things. So the first question I ask myself if I'm in that situation when I'm starting to question is this something I have control over, yes or no? So let's take staying at home
Yeah.
right now with the virus. Do you have control over that?
Nope.
No, no, right? So that thing, that one thing, realize, okay, I have no control over that. So how do I want to occupy my time? Do I want to be stressed about that and be thinking about all the things why I can't get there? Or do I want to flip my mindset and go, what are all the things I can do right now? And that's how we figured out the drawing thing, right? Like, what are all the things I get to do right now?
Yeah.
We flipped the clock over here on the countdown. So right now, you're right. Everybody's going like, when is this going to be over? Like, when is this going to be over, right? We're going, oh my gosh, when is this going to be over? Like, because right now, I'm telling you, Camden, the people who are really smart, the people who are really, really smart are working harder than ever. And while everyone else is napping and watching Netflix and TikTok and all these other things, they are working on their dreams, on their craft. And they're going to come out of this way ahead of everybody else. Way ahead. This is the kind of thing that people can literally like jump like so far ahead of anyone. Like we've advanced here probably 2 years in technology in a couple of weeks as a studio. We've wanted to work on online, and it's gone. So you start getting impatient, and you be honest with yourself, and you flip your mind. So here's what I would do. This is what I did for my ADHD that Matt had me do. I would get a rubber band, okay, and I would put it on your hand. And when you're being impatient, because do you want to be impatient? No,
Nope.
right? Because I don't want to be unfocused. I'll tell you that. I do not want to be unfocused, but a lot of the time I am. So when I was doing this for a while, I had a rubber band on my hand, and when I was unfocused And I knew it. And you'll know when you're being impatient. If you're being really honest with yourself, you'll know. I'd grab the rubber band and I'd lift it up and I'd let it hit me in the hand. And I'm not talking about like, chaka, like painful. I'm just talking about a little reminder, hey, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. And sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes you're going to forget and you're going to just be impatient. It's going to happen. But if you start being aware of it, you're going to feel the difference. So that's what I would start with. I'd start with a rubber band.
Yes.
And literally every time you start feeling yourself being patient, do that. And then remind yourself of something you're thankful for right now. Remind yourself for a reason that you should be excited about right now. So let's take school, right? You got a lot of schoolwork, okay? That's a lot of people have that. Your teachers are asking you to draw. Do you like drawing?
Yes, I do like drawing.
Do you like helping other people? You there?
What?
You like helping other people?
Yes.
You like helping other people. You like drawing. Your school has said, hey, we need help with the bulletin. Would you help us with our drawings? There's two mindsets you can have. One mindset is, but I'm so buried. And the other one is, I get to draw?
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Well, I really want to be grateful for them asking me to draw. That's what I want. But I just find myself not doing that. So I'll work on those exercises definitely to just, because I guess I can just think like I don't have like a time limit for school.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I needed to stay up all night, I could for school because now that it's online.
Sure.
So I could do the art either way.
Yeah, and
it's something fun.
Yeah, and be really honest about it too. So like honestly, if you're managing your time really well and you can't do the art for a certain reason because you're buried in a schoolwork thing, then you go, hey, I would love to do this art for you. Unfortunately, I have a lot of school right now today, so I can't do it today. I want to keep doing it, but I really got to get this other stuff done. The school teacher is probably not going to be like, well, I would really like you to do the drawing, right? Like, if you get buried, you can do that. But yes, you can manage your time and adjust, like, if you really want to. And again, even if you don't get a thank you, realize, who does that bulletin go out to? Who does it go out to? Does it go to the whole school?
Well, it goes out to my grade, just my grade, I think.
How many people are in your grade, you think, ish?
A lot. I think maybe 64 to like 70.
So you've got 64 to 70 people now who have been positively influenced by your drawing.
Yeah.
But because you
I think that's definitely a better mindset to have.
100%. But it's hard. I get it. It's so hard. And that's where something like a rubber band or something like that come in, where you just start like reminding yourself, okay, I'm being impatient. I'm having a bad mindset. Like, you have to start to recognize it and just call yourself out and go, I'm doing that. Dang it. I'm doing it. Darn it. You know? Because you're going to do it. I'm telling you right now. You're going to do it. I do it. Everyone here does it. Everyone does it. But the really great leaders, the great people, and I cannot tell you enough. I can't tell you why. My spirit's telling me this. I'm a big spirit guy. You're going to be very successful. As long as you continue going down the road you are and keep focused on your studies and keep focused on your creativity, you are going to be very successful. I don't know why. I don't know in what field. Spirit tells me stuff and I got to send it your way. You are going to be successful. So you need to get early on making sure you have the right mindset. And all of us get negative. If anyone in this world tells you they don't get negative, they're lying to you. They're lying. We all have negative thoughts. We all have negative stuff that comes in, annoyance, whatever. And so it's our responsibility to get better and better every day at recognizing it and stopping it. Okay? And again, you are one of the most positive people. You're just so creative and fun. So when you start getting that way, remind yourself, hey, that's not the person I want to be. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
And so use that rubber band, start doing things like that. I know I've thrown a lot your way, so we'll wrap up here. But I think this was really great, and I hope I was able to help you today.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this really motivated me to just be more creative for other people, and I feel like that will really make me happy. And you helped me, just because I was gonna stop. Really, I was just gonna stop, like being creative. Just wait till it's over, and then like, oh, maybe I'll do it after. But I feel like now I really want to do it, because of this, and just made me a lot more happy. So I'm really happy with that.
That makes me so happy, Camden. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, and keep doing this. I've got in my calendar. I'm going to check in with you in a week, okay? Keep drawing those stuff, and
Okay.
I cannot wait to hear about all the positive things that have come from that and from the rubber band. Sound good?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would appreciate it. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Camden. I'm going to wrap up here. It was so great having you on the show, and I'm looking forward to having
Okay.
you in class. Woo!
Okay, thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Teen Quarantine. This has just been so awesome. We're all creatives, you know, we all have these things inside of us where we want to attack certain things, and Camden did really well at that. And so I hope that you learned something from today's episode. And if you're interested in coming on the show and just talking about what's going on with you, I would love to help any way I can. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you could take the time to like, subscribe, and comment down below, we would really appreciate it. We thrive on your guys' comments and on your support. So thank you again for watching another episode of Teen Quarantine, and we will see you tomorrow.